Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Minecraft. This is Dino. Thanks for joining me. I've been doing a little bit of crafting off camera, and I didn't want to get too far before kind of bringing you back in and kind of going over some of the interesting things that I've been up to, and kind of get your feedback on basically in this case what I've been doing with Tinker's Construct, because I know a lot of you out there are very familiar with that mod. It's a very popular mod, and most mod packs have it, but it's very new to me. So I did a little bit of interesting stuff with it after doing some research on the internet to see what others sort of recommend as, good ideas or what they found really effective for themselves. So thought it might not be a bad idea to see what I could do with it myself, and then start maybe, after getting more familiar with it, applying my own, interesting combinations that I think might be complementary to the way I play Minecraft. So, yeah, let's go take a look at what I've done with Tinker's Construct, shall we? So, yeah, this is a really new mod for me. I mean, I pretty much had to learn everything about it. Everything from, taking patterns and creating casts, and then taking the casts and applying materials to them, and in most cases smelting down various different metals and ores and alloys to kind of apply them to those casts so that we can take those various different parts and craft some cool and interesting things. In this case, what I've been wanting to really do is create myself a crossbow, and you can see I've done just that. So pretty much got it done, and I think it's really turning out to be pretty good. Again, I've based this on what other people have applied in their quote-unquote Tinker's Construct recipes for a crossbow, and this is sort of what I've come up with. So let me pull up some notes real quick. Pardon me a second. I took notes basically as I was working through this so that I could kind of remember what I did, and then that way I can kind of review it with you. So let me pull those up. So yeah, this is basically what I've come up with. It's a Manulin crossbow. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Manulin. Anyway, so the main crossbow arm. Let's come over here. Yeah, I had to upgrade our table to a tool forge. That took me a while. I was trying to find the crossbow in the normal table, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And then suddenly I figured out that there's two different types, and the more advanced type is the tool forge, which has all these different additional components to them. But this guy right here is Manulin, and then the limb is also Manulin. So those two main component pieces there are Manulin, and then the paper tough rod. The tough binding is basically paper, so that gives me another modifier. So, and then you can do anything down here with string, including the vanilla string. But if you have string that maybe a mod adds, you can use that as well. And I actually did wind up using the fire string, which we picked up in some fights with the fire spiders. I don't know if that's actually what they're called, but they're spiders in the nether that are basically fire spiders, I guess. And when you kill them, they have a chance of dropping fire string, and you can use that instead. And I think that gives it. I'm not sure if it gives it any new capability, but I think it has a better durability than the regular string. So I thought that was still a better idea than just vanilla string. So that's what I did here. And if you look at the graphic there, you can sort of see that it's got a red tint to it instead of just solid white. So yeah, I really like the way they combine all the different textures to make this unique graphic for the crossbow, since there's so many different combinations of materials you can apply to it. I just think that's pretty cool. So that basically then gives us a pretty durable, and if you look at the durability, it's 3,000, but that's of course including additional modifiers. So, but that's pretty good durability, and you'll also notice that the attack is 18 hearts, which is really, really amazing. And the arrow speed is not so good, but that's probably okay. It really doesn't matter. Because with 18 hearts, we can pretty much one-hit kill almost everything, except for the, maybe the more tougher mobs like, I mean, if I went and attacked an iron golem, it'd probably take 4 or 5 hits to kill one of those. But most of everything else, the creepers and skeletons and stuff, those are one hit, which is pretty nice. But I did want to make it a little faster, so I added some redstone to it to give it a better speed. I also added lapis lazuli to increase the mob drops, because I didn't want, if I wind up using this weapon quite a bit, which I probably will, then I'm not going to want to give up, looting. So this, you'll notice I still have looting 3 on here. So I did add a fair amount of lapis lazuli to improve that. And then I also added a ball of moss, which gives it auto repair. So you'll notice that I have haste, auto repair, and luck on here. And yeah, so this is what we came up with. Pretty good combination. I'm pretty happy with it right now for, the first time I've ever crafted anything using Tinker's Construct. And again, I took guidelines and guidances from the various different YouTube videos that I was watching to see what other people have done with it. There's not a whole lot actually out there on the crossbow, because I think this is a newer item. I could be wrong there, but I really didn't find a whole lot out there, so that kind of makes me feel that it is newer. And but there was enough, because there's enough interest in this particular weapon that some folks have played with it a bit, and I just kind of took their ideas and applied it myself to this. So that gives us the crossbow, and then the bolts. Sort of a similar process. I took an iron tool rod and I poured steel over it, so it's got a steel head to the bolts, and that gives it pretty good durability. And then I used a slime leaf fletching to kind of keep them sort of light, I guess. And I think it also adds a modifier to the accuracy as well, using slime leaf. The funny thing about that is I don't know what a slime leaf is. I've never seen or heard of that. So I thought you took slime and crafted it with leaves and you'd get a slime leaf. I tried all these different things to come up with the slime leaf. And I even did a bunch of research on the internet and YouTube trying to find slime leaf. And there were some references to slime leaf, but most of those references were due to crashes in the app at one point in time due to slime leaf references somewhere. I don't know. I didn't go into the error logs, but they were error logs. So I'm not sure if it was caused by slime leaf or just that slime leaf was in the error log word. I don't know, but that's all I could find on there. There really wasn't a whole lot to it. And then it dawned on me that, I've seen trees on slime islands, and I wonder if that's what they were referencing. So I turned into a blaze and flew up to an island just over here. I just noticed that there's no mobs on here. Am I still in peaceful? I am. Sorry about that. Let's get back to normal. I was in peaceful while I was practicing some of this stuff in my test world, so I always forget to switch back. But anyways, right over here, you can't see it from here, but there's a slime island just right over there, just 2 seconds up there, and you'll notice that I actually have a slime tree down here. So I flew up there, and sure enough, these trees were up there, and they have slimy leaves. And I took my shears, and I kind of wanted to show this to you because I found this kind of interesting as well. So, and I didn't find any reference to this stuff in any posting on the internet that I could find anyways. But basically, so these are up there, and if you take your shears, you can get yourself a leaf. But look what happens. As soon as you take one leaf, the entire tree just disintegrates. the entire tree. So you saw all those leaves, and yet I only got one. So note, if you're trying to get slime leaves, there it is. You can sort of see it over there in the upper left corner. That's the slime island. So anyway, yeah. So when you grab a leaf, the entire tree just disintegrates. So you got to keep that in mind. You are not going to be able to farm a bunch of slime leaves. You'll be lucky to get 1 to 4 slime leaves. There was one time where I grabbed a leaf and I was able to hit a couple of them real quickly, and I think I got 4 leaves out of that. But that's the most I've ever been able to get out of all those leaves. And so yeah, so keep that in mind. So that's kind of why you'll notice I also picked up a couple of saplings, which is good. And I grabbed the trunk, which is the congealed green slime. And the nice thing, at least about the saplings, is that you can replant the trees. So what I did while I was up there is I just grabbed 9 blocks of this blue slime dirt, brought it down here and planted this little patch, and then you can put a sapling down here and they grow down here. So so at least I have a tree down here, a slime tree down here, and I don't have to fly up there anymore. Because like I said, I'm trying not to use that morphing capability too much. I'd rather actually craft something in the game, since that's the goal of the game, is to craft things, right? So anyway, yeah, just note, if you're actually looking for slime leaves to use maybe when crafting an item in Tinker's Construct, because it does give you a positive modifier to, I think it's the durability, I can't quite remember. I guess we could look real quick. Let's see. If I grab the fletching pattern and put this leaf on there, you'll get a slime leaf fletching. And yeah, you'll notice that you get a 0.4, a 1.4, which is a 0.4 or 40% increase in your durability. Your break chance is really small, and your accuracy is 94%, which is really quite good. So that's a really good combination compared to regular leaves. I wish I had a regular leaf to show you, but I don't believe you get that kind of a positive modifier on regular leaves. So slime leaves are actually a little bit better in that regard, and that's what I've done. So so yeah, that's pretty cool. So with that said, I applied the slime leaf as the fletching for the bolts over here. So if we go to bolts, I put the iron with the steel tip rod here, and then I put our slime leaf fletching here, and that gives us our bolts. And that turns out to be pretty darn good. And I think we get 2 modifiers out of that. I think just 2, because I didn't use paper or anything to improve the modifiers. But with the 2 modifiers, I did put ball of moss on there for auto repair. And then I put an emerald in there to improve our durability by 50%. So I believe I had like 135 durability just out of the gate. And durability with bolts really equates to how many bolts you get in a stack. So that would be 135 bolts before you run out. But by applying the emerald to it, it increases it by 50%. So we get 205 now instead of 135, I think is what it was. And then the ball of moss gives them auto repair, which is really, really cool, because basically, as long as you're not just rapid firing everything, you shouldn't run out of bolts, because with auto repair on them, you basically get your bolts back over time. And then also it has a low break chance as well, as only 7.2. So that basically means if you miss your target, you have a really good chance of being able to pick up that bolt. And then the accuracy is also really very good as well. It's 95% accurate. So it's pretty awesome. I think with these bolts and with that crossbow, we pretty much can one-hit everything. And I did take it out to the desert and try it on all the creatures out there, and it did. It one-hit killed everything except for Enderman. I was really surprised about that, but the Endermen pretty much dodge any missile attack. If you shoot it with an arrow or shoot it with bolts, they just teleport away before you can hit them, no matter how fast your missile attack is. So I thought that was kind of unfortunate, but you know, I guess that's just is what it is. So yeah, I also so I'd be really interested in hearing your thoughts on this. You know, is that a pretty good combination? Is there because there's so many different variables. I mean, I'm just really impressed by Tinker's construct. It's just it's phenomenally creative. It just really adds a huge, you know, an additional depth to the game in terms of the types of items and weapons you can craft. I just think that's just really cool. So I'm looking forward to playing it with some more. And yeah, my first experience with Manuelin as well. Thankfully, I was sort of familiar with Manuelin from, I can't actually remember why, but I was looking at that before, and I don't remember if it was in this series or if it was in my single player series way back when, but I was familiar with Manuelin. I don't think I ever did anything with it, but I do know that you need Ardite and Cobalt, and those are both items that you can only get in the Nether. And I accidentally came across the fact that you can actually macerate those things, which is pretty cool. So you can take your Cobalt and your Ardite and you can double them, and then you mix them together, and then that gives you Manuelin, and then you can smelt them into ingots, and then you can put your ingots in here and melt them down and then cast them and all that kind of cool stuff. So that's basically what we did with our crossbow. So yeah, so I actually had to go in, well, I had a lot of cobalt and I really wanted a little bit more ardite. It actually turns out that I did have enough, but I did go in the nether and get a little bit more cobalt and ardite just to make sure. And that was pretty fun. I should have probably recorded that, but I didn't. So yeah, so let's go ahead and look at the next thing I crafted, which is the cleaver. And the reason why I did a cleaver is because I want to go into the nether and start hunting down wither skeletons. And I want a better than average chance, at least, of getting head drops. So the cleaver is supposed to be able to do that. It has built-in beheading capability. I think it's only like 20%. But the beauty of Tinker's construct is that you can then add some modifiers to it and improve that chance, which is exactly what I wanted to do. So I crafted a cleaver, and let's see. The cleaver I crafted with I crafted 2 of these tough rods using paper, so that gave me 2 modifiers, 2 additional modifiers. I actually decided to do a steel plate, I believe, and I know that some of the recommendations on the internet were to use paper as well to get yourself another modifier, but I think they were primarily focused on just max damage, and I didn't want to focus just on damage because I want to improve the beheading capability since I'm going to be doing wither skeleton hunting. So I think I did steel here to give it better durability and such. And then I used Manuelin on the main blade, the large sword blade. So that, I think, gave me 6 modifiers natively. And then what I did was I added, what was it again? I think it was block of diamonds and an emerald. I can't remember. I think, no, it was a block of gold and a diamond. That's right. And then that gives me an additional modifier. So I wound up with 7 modifiers. And basically what I did was I used, what did I use? I can't quite remember. I think, let's see if I can figure it out here. So yeah, I think, yeah, I added a ball of moss for auto repair. And then I added the beheading capability, which is obsidian and ender pearls, improves the beheading. And I did that 3 times. So that moved it from 20% to 50%. So I think each obsidian and ender pearl gives you 10% increase in beheading. And then I think the rest was just quartz. Yeah, you can see down there 144 quartz. So I did not have enough quartz actually. So I had to go to the nether and do a bunch of mining for quartz. And I grabbed a whole bunch of stacks, way more than I actually needed. because I already had I think I had 54. I had enough to put 54 on there, and so I just needed enough to get it to 144. But that's okay. So this has got really good durability. Its attack isn't bad. 11.5 hearts there, you can see. So a lot of the normal items, normal creatures, I think we can probably one-hit kill with this guy as well. A lot of the, but the tougher ones like Enderman and stuff like that are going to be two, maybe even 3 hits, unless you can get a crit on them. But yeah, this is not a bad cleaver. It's reinforced 2 just natively. And it's got auto repair and then the sharpness, and then I was able to boost it up to beheading 3. I mean, ideally, I wish I could go all the way to beheading 6, which I think is the highest it can go. That would have been awesome. But yeah, that would have, to do that, I would have had to like not do any sharpness on it, and I at least wanted it to be able to kill him pretty quickly. To be honest with you, I don't have a lot of experience hunting wither skeletons. That's never something I've done before. I've never actually killed a wither before and gotten wither stars or anything like that in any game that I've played of Minecraft so far. So this is a totally new area to me. I hear it's pretty creepy. I've seen people do it in recordings, and they usually deck themselves out pretty significantly when they go in there to fight the wither. I did see one video that I thought did a really good strategic job of preparing for a wither attack, and I'm going to try to do that in this series. In fact, I'm hoping to maybe do that in the next episode, or maybe the one after that. As soon as I can kill enough wither skeletons to get the heads so that I can instantiate the wither, then that's when we'll do it. So either the next episode or the following episode. We'll see. So yeah, so that's pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with this guy, and we'll see how effective it is. I did use it a bit against the Endermen out in the desert, and they were 2-hit kills, I believe, which isn't too bad. So we'll see how well it works against wither skeletons. So yeah, if you've got experience with crafting cleavers, let me know what you think of this this approach, or if maybe I could have done something a bit better. Again, do keep in mind that my goal is to have a better than average chance of beheadings, because I know it can kind of be hard to find the wither skeletons. So when you do find them, you hope that you can get a head drop. Right now with beheading 3, we have a 50% chance. So that's pretty okay. 50-50 chance, yeah. Again, I wish it were higher, but we'll have to live with that for now. So I guess if we're really, really disappointed with the results, we can come back and try again. But we'll see. I've got my fingers crossed. So yeah, if you have ideas on that, let me know what's really worked well for you. I'd be really interested in knowing that. So let's see. So a couple other real quick things I wanted to do in this episode. Let's go ahead and, oops, I just closed my notes by accident. Sorry. Give me a second. There we go. Got them back. So yeah, so let's go ahead and go to our warehouse. I wanted to take a quick look at kind of weapon stands. Let's see what we've got in here for armor and weapon stands. I've seen those, but I've not played with them, and I thought it might be kind of fun to take a look at that. So here's armor stands, and there's another armor stand. Okay, we've got a couple choices here, but no weapon stand. I'm surprised. Ah, man. Really? Temple block. Zombie block. Huh. Armor stand. Okay. But no. There's the book stands. Ah, darn. No armor stand. Or weapon stand. Okay. Well, let's see how these are crafted. They aren't that different, really, so I guess it doesn't matter. Let's go with this one. I like Bluebeal Craft. We might do this one as well, just to see what its texture's like. But let's go ahead and do this. I don't know if I have any stone slabs. No, I don't. So let's go ahead and create some stone slabs. Do I have any stone? No, I don't. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get some stone smelting real quick. And then while that's smelting, yeah. Well, let me finish getting this smelting, and then I'll be right back. Okay, that's good enough. So there we go. Let's go ahead and create those slabs real quick. Awesome. And let's go ahead and bring that stand back up again. There we go. And I think we've got everything now. There we go. All right. I just thought it might be kind of fun to take a look at that. It's new to me, and I've seen other people use it before. It's kind of, I always like to try new things. So this is sort of new to me. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And let's check out what it looks like. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, you can see this armor is just about busted anyways. So I'm going to need to, oh, that's kind of cool. All right. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to need to craft some new armor. You can see it's just about busted down there in the bottom left corner. So, all right, that's neat. Anyway, I've had a note to do that for a while and thought it might be kind of fun to get that done. So let's go ahead and put these away. Don't need those anymore. And then real quick, one last thing, because we're almost out of time, is I wanted to show you the, oh, wait a minute. I got to grab a barrel. I wanted to show you, or at least start pumping up some oil. Remember last episode, we took a look at Archimedes' ship. Did I just destroy that? Oh my God, what an idiot. I'm a noob. I'm a noob. I can't believe I did that. Oh God. Oh well. Sorry guys. Serious face palming going on there, I know. I don't blame you at all. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to pretend that didn't happen. And I'm going to morph into a blaze, since that's my only means of flying right now. Oh, actually, I guess I better turn particles off real quick. Hold on a second. There, that's better. Okay, so let's go ahead and fly over here. If you remember in the prior episode, I was over here at this oil geyser and decided not to do it just yet because I've had that one and then this one really close to my base. So it's kind of been one of the main reasons why I set my base up here, is that way I could be close to relevant resources. But so I didn't want to get rid of this one just yet because it's kind of got a, I'm not going to say sentimental value, but it's something I've been thinking about and been aware of since our first episode. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how this works. See, one hit kills. One hit kills. It's so awesome. I love it. And then they drop. You'll see there's the yep, there's all the drops. See, pretty cool. I love it. I love it. Anyway, yeah, but you'll notice it's not fast. Even improving it with some redstone, it's still not very fast. And yeah, I don't know. I guess that's okay. It doesn't have to be fast. But I wish it was. Wish it was a little faster. That would be kind of fun to kind of rapid fire things with one hit like that. But anyway, so I didn't want to kind of get rid of that geyser, so I came over here because we have two geysers over here. There's that one there. Boy, the rendering is really slow. And then there's the one over here. And so I thought, let's get rid of this one first. So what I did was, I can't touch the water because I'm ablaze, but you'll notice there's a column there. So as I described in the previous episode, I went down to the bottom there and I pillared up and put dirt all the way around the geyser up to the geyser head, and then that way we can mine up the oil. So let's set this guy down without having an issue with the water. So I believe I'm lined up. We're about to find out. And if I'm not lined up, well, I guess we'll just have to call it an episode there. But let's check it out and see how this works. If it is lined up, then I'll be excited. I'm really, really anxious to see if this is going to work or not. Do I not have... Why is it not? I'm confused. Why isn't the mining well coming down? It's on, right? Yeah, it's on. And it's not doing anything though. Don't remember if I needed to have a conduit coming out here or not. I think I might need a conduit, but still I would expect the hunting well to go down. Well, okay, I'm derping out somewhere. I'm obviously missing something obvious. So, and we're pretty much out of time. So I think I'll go ahead and call it an episode here. Try to take a look at what's going on, and we'll pick up here in the next episode. Oh, that's kind of cool. There's a squid swimming down there in the well. Or maybe it's under the oil. Anyway, so yeah, let me take a look and find out what's going on here, and we'll pick up where we left off and check this out. This will be pretty cool if this works, which I'm sure it will. I'm obviously doing something stupid. So yeah, anyway, thanks for joining me. In the next episode, we'll probably pick up here, see how this works, but then maybe take some time to go into the nether and test out our cleaver against some wither skeletons. I think that would be kind of fun. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I hope you join me in the next episode. If you did like this episode, please consider giving it a like. I'd really appreciate it. It helps my channel grow and lets me know that you're enjoying the series. And again, if you have any comments regarding Tinker's Construct, please leave those in the comment section below, because it's brand new and there's actually a lot of new stuff that I'm doing here in this series, and it's a lot of fun, but I kind of want to learn as I'm going, and the best way to learn is to hear what you guys are doing really well and what works well for you. So really look forward to your comments. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.